Because it's so easy to do colors. You have to show green is green, yellow is yellow, orange is orange. Like, you know, it's easy to do color piece. Try to show in black and gray what is yellow and green. Huh? Try, I mean, yeah, listen, hey, let's go, let's do it. So I think, like, you know, 50 Shades of Gray is very hard to do. You know what I mean? It's in color. No, of course, it's very hard, but I'm joking. Hi, my name is Inal Bersekov. I'm a hyper-realistic tattoo artist, and I'm finally at Ink. So thank you so much, guys, for having me here. It's amazing. You know, I just grew up like drawing since my whole life, which is like, it's there, you know, like when you see children, they're doing something, you just gotta pay attention like what they like to do. And I don't think like it's just a random stuff, like a hobby. They start developing stuff. So that's where I start developing like my hobby kind of thing. So I was drawing since forever, like pencil, everything. It just followed me forever. Like literally, I was growing, going to school, university, and I dropped from university because, you know, I never liked what I was doing, you know. And from there, I was painting, just my free time. I was drawing a lot, you know. I worked as an art director before being tattoo artist. I was making like photos and videos. And I lost my job, unfortunately, that happens. And my friend's dad owned a tattoo studio in our really small town. And he started checking my drawings. He was like, oh wow, your drawings are amazing. So like, why you never try tattooing? I'm like, me tattooing? You think like, what is a tattoo? You have to be a biker, you have to be this and that. And then he started explaining me like, it's nothing like that. You know, you should, like, your art is amazing. You should, you know, start tattooing. The next day he brought me that Chinese pack, like with 2 coil machines, like with dragons on it. And he brought me that, and you're like, okay, tattoo. And I never had any apprenticeship before, so I don't even know how machine works. So I went on YouTube and started just checking like how to mount that machine, how to dismount the machine. So I asked my friend, his name is David. He used to tattoo himself with a, you know, like literally like homemade machine. And I told him like, hey David, like let me tattoo you. It's not gonna be as bad as your tattoos anyway. So I tattooed on him a portrait. That was my first tattoo in my life. It was Malcolm X portrait. It was probably bad compared to what I'm doing today, but it wasn't that bad. You know, I see people still doing like, you know, worse tattoo than they own my tattoo back then. It was okay. So I posted it on Facebook, and that's how it gained traction with small town. Or you know everybody. So just like, so that's how it, you know, it came from drawing to the tattoos actually. When I started tattooing the first time, kind of like, you know, all those like coil machines and the big needles, you have to bend them and everything, kind of remind me of the pencil because they're pretty thin, right? So I was using like a three liner, 3 shader, you know, to do the tattoos. It kind of reminded me that the same style I was using for my tattoos. So that, what I mean, like it helped me a lot. And of course, like, you know, drawing helped me a lot to understand the, you know, the shadings and shadows and everything. I was doing like maybe like 10, 15 hours a day, like even sometimes more. Literally, I started on my friends. I was doing tattoos I didn't want to do because you gotta do it, right? Because you have to learn how, you know, to do those lines. I think, you know, that's the moment where I, you know, I could see my progress, like literally just exploding because I was doing it every day. Yeah, like putting those hours. Yeah, you gotta do it. Nobody really wanted me as an apprentice. Like I went to a lot of tattoo studios and I was asking like, oh, this is my drawings. Like everybody was like, nah, it's just like, you're not into whatever tattoos. Like you don't have tattoos, you shouldn't tattoo. Yeah. So, and I started tattooing by myself. You don't have a choice, right? And back then, like I was literally, my heroes were Oscar Akermo and Nicky Norberg. He's like Nicky 23 GTR, right? So back then, 10 years ago, who was doing like hyper-realistic tattoos? Only those guys.
I've assumed you've met Nicky now. What was it like for you?
I wanted to go back home when I saw them. I was so stressed. He's such like a kind of like my hero, right? Because I started tattooing kind of because of him. He told me just stand by me like 30 minutes. And those 30 minutes changed my whole technique. Those techniques I used through pictures, right? They were actually the same he was using in real life. But just like a few things, you know, and those 3 things just like changed the whole thing. So we're doing Medusa today. I'm gonna search for a picture with the face like contrasted lights. That's the first thing to do. In the history, Medusa was beautiful, right? So that's the thing. And like, in her eyes are very important, like, you know, the tattoo part, because that's how she, you know, transformed those people with the snakes, right? And of course, from there, we're gonna search snakes to put on the head. Once we have all that, kind of like different pictures, I'm starting them to put them on Photoshop together. My technique, I would define it like as more like a printer, but the old printer, like not the one like printing straight, like layer by layer by layer. Yeah, that's the same. Like I like working like very softly first, and then adding like more and more contrast. Everything is about shadows. When you're taking a picture, okay, just imagine you have a picture. Show me where is a line. There is no line. Everything is about shadows. You take a picture, right here you could see like, you know, my face is defined by not a line, but just a shadow from here to there. That's it. I know that a lot of tattoo artists, they start from the bottom and just going up, right? So, which is like easier thing to do because of the stencil is going away. I would say like I would start by the face, which is weird, you know, sometimes straight from the middle. And there is a reason why I'm starting by the face. This is the moment where I have the most of the energy. If I'm going up, like up for 3-4 hours and then I'm getting to the face, I'm already tired. I know that it's not gonna be that detailed and sharp for the face at the end of the day that, you know, should be from the beginning. So I'm gonna do first the face. I know the face is, you know, good, or the eyes, you can recognize that person, and I can do whatever is around. I'm gonna do it without any frames, without anything, just because, you know, the Medusa is like kind of like defined by those snakes, right?
Sometimes when, you know, you see some of the photos, if you didn't see the piece in person, you'd be like, oh, that's not real, or oh, maybe that person photoshops.
Yeah.
How does it feel for you when people might assume those things about your work?
I mean, you know, it happened to me, like still now. I can understand them, you know, when you cannot do it, it feels like impossible. So, I mean, like, listen, when I was seeing like back then, 10 years ago, Nikki's work, I felt like, I never told it was Photoshop, because for me, it was just those guys are gods, right? So, but it felt like, you know, it's just sometimes, oh, it's just like, it's not real. How can you do that on skin, right? But I feel like people are like on social media, we gave them too much power, and they feel like, you know, they can be judges, say whatever they want, like that. I don't really pay attention. I was paying attention more to the comments before. Like now I'm like, whatever. Of course, like, you know, some tattoos, like when you see them in real life, right? Of course, it's very red because it was just done today, or it's healed, right? It's more grayish. We take the pictures on the spot with the polarizing lens, right? Because I want to remove all the lights, you know, whatever. I want to see the tattoo. I want to show the tattoo to people how I see it, because your eyes are seen in the picture in 3D, not in 2D. When you're taking a picture, you can never show as your eyes are seeing the tattoo. So that's the closest thing like I'm trying to get on my portfolio, right? So when sometimes people are like, oh yeah, it doesn't look like that. Yeah, sure, yeah, it doesn't look like that. In real life, it's bleeding. You know, what do you expect? It's all red. So do you want to see that on Instagram? Like, good for you. But I'm like, I have my portfolio. It follows the same kind of pattern and same colors. And my clients, they like to see, you know, how actually, you know, it looks right with desaturated. That's my thing. But I you know, I really don't bother myself with that. It's I used to do a lot. I was so nervous. I was like, oh my God, you know, what they're gonna say about that? You know, and nobody should pay attention to what, you know, this. If you're good at it, you're good. If you're bad, you know, you should get better. That's it. You know. So.
Do you have any tattoos now?
Yeah, I do. You can zoom. It's right here. That's the one.
That's
yeah,
it?
Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys.
No, no
I'm sorry, tattoo industry. Don't kill me. I don't have tattoos. It's not because I don't like it. I tattooed myself, like, you know, just at least just to feel how it feels, but without ink. Yep. You know, I just do like, you know, with just a needle, just to how to feel it. I mean, it feels okay. So.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
If you know how a tattoo feels.
Yeah, I know. It sucks. I did the tattoo. It sucked, you know. But like, you know, it didn't even last for hours. It's just like a scratch. I'm like, wow, I know, it's okay. And I got that one too in the palm tattoo. That's the only one I have because it was a mistake. I tattooed somebody, and you know, the coil machines with the needles, right? And I was changing the needle, and I pressed that button, the pedal, and I hit myself. Oh my God! I saw my life like literally just like, you know, into my eyes. Like I thought like I got a disease, I'm dead, because I used the needle already. So, and I remember every 6 months I was going like to do the checkup, like for 3 years, like to giving blood, and the doctor was like, it's okay, don't come back here. So you're good, no worries. So yeah, that's the only one, and yeah, that's enough.